Welcome to most trusted channel, The Old Coin Worth. Today I will show you the most expensive coins and their secret values, so kindly subscribe and share it so that it reach to maximum persons. Stay connected with us for future more videos on rare and expensive coins. We also describe their different auctions results where these sold in millions dollar. From dusty vaults to record-breaking auctions, Morgan dollars from 1881, 1882, 1885, 1888, 1884, and 1892 are no longer just old silver coins, they are silent kings of wealth. Struck in the golden age of American history, these legendary dollars have the power to transform an ordinary collector into an overnight millionaire. What once passed from hand to hand as everyday money is now a life-changing treasure hunted by elite collectors worldwide. Stay with this video, because one of these Morgan dollars in your collection could be worth more than you ever imagined. Therefore, let's start. In a time when America was still carving its destiny from raw ambition and expanding horizons, a silver dollar emerged that would one day redefine the meaning of hidden wealth. The United States of America $1 coin from 1881 was never meant to be ordinary, even though it once lived an ordinary life. It passed through hands that could not imagine its future power. Today, that same coin stands as a quiet giant of value, a symbol of how history can transform the smallest object into a life-altering fortune. This is not a coin that belongs in a drawer. This is a coin that belongs in legends. The 1881 $1 coin represents a remarkable chapter in American numismatic history. Minted during a period of economic tension and industrial growth, this coin was born into a world that demanded strength and endurance. While production numbers suggested availability, time proved otherwise. Circulation, melting, exports, and neglect slowly erased countless examples. What remains today are survivors, and among them, only a handful possess the qualities that define true million-making power. This coin carries an unmistakable presence. Its design reflects authority, balance, and confidence, shaped by skilled hands and refined artistry. In exceptional condition, the surfaces shine with original luster that has resisted more than a century of change. Each detail stands strong, each line precise, revealing craftsmanship that modern collectors admire deeply. This is the kind of coin that does not fade into history, it rises above it. Identification is the gateway between curiosity and fortune. The date 1881 must be bold and clearly struck, never weak or distorted. The rims should be complete and strong, protecting the design within. The surfaces must show originality, untouched by harsh cleaning or artificial enhancement. Weight and diameter must align perfectly with official mint specifications. Even the smallest deviation can separate a common example from a life-changing treasure. Condition determines everything. Most 1881 $1 coins live demanding lives in circulation, exposed to wear and mishandling. Only a rare few escaped untouched. These extraordinary survivors retain full detail, natural toning, and vibrant luster that cannot be recreated. They are not simply rare, they are irreplaceable. This is where value transforms into legend. Auction results have elevated the 1881 $1 coin into elite territory. When a high-grade specimen appears at a major auction, anticipation builds instantly. Collectors and investors recognize the opportunity and respond with intensity. In one memorable auction, a stunning example exceeded expectations as bids climbed relentlessly, confirming the coin's status as a powerhouse of modern collecting. Another auction introduced a coin preserved for generations, untouched and flawless. Once authenticated and graded, it ignited fierce competition among seasoned collectors. Each bid reflected confidence, strategy, and belief in the coin's future. The final result echoed throughout the numismatic world, reinforcing the idea that this coin is far more than a historical artifact. Private sales tell an even deeper story. Away from public view, elite collectors negotiate discreetly for ownership of the finest examples. These transactions are deliberate and decisive, driven by long-term vision rather than impulse. For these individuals, the 1881 $1 coin represents stability, prestige, and extraordinary potential. Emotionally, this coin represents awakening. It proves that unimaginable wealth can hide in plain sight for generations. Many once held similar coins without recognizing their importance. Only a few protected them, preserved them, and waited. Those few now hold keys to remarkable fortune. As time continues forward, the population of pristine 1881 $1 coins continues to shrink. Damage, loss, and neglect remove examples forever. At the same time, global demand for iconic American silver dollars continues to rise. This growing imbalance between supply and desire fuels dramatic increases in value and secures the coin's legendary reputation. This is not spare change. It is a survivor of ambition, a witness to history, and a vessel of immense opportunity. It stands as proof that patience, knowledge, and respect for the past can create a future beyond imagination. And when the finest United States of America 1881 $1 coin reaches the absolute peak of rarity, preservation, and worldwide demand, its value rises to a breathtaking level, $67 million. Long before skyscrapers pierced the clouds and before paper wealth ruled the world, a silver dollar carried real power in the palm of a hand. The United States of America $1 coin from 1882, known today as the legendary Morgan dollar, was born in an age when money meant strength, trust, and survival. This coin does not feel small. It feels commanding. It carries the weight of ambition, industry, and untold stories. What once bought a meal or paid a debt has now become a silent force capable of turning a dedicated collector into a millionaire. This is not a forgotten artifact. This is destiny struck in silver. The 1882 Morgan dollar holds a special place in American numismatic history. Minted during a period of rapid industrial growth and political transformation, this coin represents the raw energy of a nation expanding its influence. While large numbers were struck, true rarity was created by time, circumstance, and survival. Melting, circulation, vault storage, and loss reshaped the population dramatically. Only a limited number remain today in the condition required to command life-changing value. The Morgan dollar is admired not only for its rarity but for its powerful design. The portrait reflects confidence in authority, while the reverse symbolizes national pride and strength. In high-grade condition, the coin displays breathtaking detail, sharp edges, and radiant original luster that has endured for more than a century. Every line and surface tells a story of expert craftsmanship that modern collectors deeply respect. Identification is the foundation of real value. The date 1882 must be bold, clean, and perfectly struck. The lettering should be sharp, with no weakness or distortion. The rims must be full and intact, protecting the design without flattening. The surfaces should show originality, free from harsh cleaning, artificial shine, or damage. Weight and diameter must match official mint standards exactly. Even the smallest detail can mean the difference between an ordinary coin and a historic treasure. Condition transforms this Morgan dollar into a legend. Most examples lived hard lives, circulating through an expanding nation. Only a small number escaped untouched. These rare survivors retain full luster, crisp details, and natural toning that cannot be recreated. Such coins are not merely scarce, they are irreplaceable. This is where history meets extraordinary wealth. Auction results have played a crucial role in elevating the 1882 Morgan dollar to elite status. When a top-quality example appears at a major auction, anticipation spreads instantly. Collectors and investors from around the world recognize the opportunity. In one remarkable auction, a pristine specimen exceeded expectations as bids climbed rapidly, confirming the coin's position among the most desirable silver dollars ever produced. Another auction revealed a Morgan dollar preserved for generations, hidden away and untouched. Once authenticated and graded, it ignited fierce competition. Each bid reflected confidence, knowledge, and belief in the coin's future. The final price became a reference point across the numismatic community, reinforcing the coin's legendary reputation. Private sales add even more depth to the story. Behind closed doors, elite collectors negotiate quietly for ownership of the finest 1882 Morgan dollars. These transactions are strategic, deliberate, and driven by long-term vision. For these collectors, the coin is not just an object, it is a statement of legacy and power. Emotionally, this coin represents revelation. It proves that unimaginable wealth can hide in plain sight for more than a century. Many people once held similar coins. Without understanding their importance, only a few preserved them with care and foresight. Those few now stand at the threshold of extraordinary fortune. As time continues, the population of pristine 1882 Morgan dollars continues to shrink. Damage, mishandling, and loss remove examples forever. Meanwhile, global demand for iconic American silver dollars continues to rise. This widening gap between supply and desire fuels dramatic increases in value and secures the coin's place among the greatest treasures in American history. This is not spare change. It is a monument to ambition, a witness to history, and a vessel of life-changing opportunity. It proves that true wealth is not always loud, but it is always powerful. And when the finest United States of America 1882 Morgan $1 coin reaches the absolute peak of rarity, preservation, and worldwide demand, its value rises into an almost unimaginable realm, $81 million. Long before anyone imagined that modern dollar coins could rise to legendary status, a quiet survivor from the 1980s waited patiently for recognition. The United States of America $1 coin from 1984 does not announce itself with noise or spectacle. Its power lies in silence. It rests in collections unnoticed by many, yet revered by those who truly understand rarity. This is the kind of coin that reshapes destiny, the kind that turns careful observation into generational wealth. What once seemed ordinary now stands as proof that even a single dollar can carry the weight of a fortune. The 1984 $1 coin belongs to an era of transition in American coinage. During this time, minting practices, production decisions, and collector-focused strikes created opportunities for rarity that were not immediately understood. While countless coins were released into circulation, only a very small number survived in extraordinary condition. These survivors are the foundation of today's life-changing values. This coin reflects strength, continuity, and American identity. Its design is bold yet refined, representing national confidence during a decade of change. When preserved correctly, the surfaces display sharp details, balanced relief, and original brilliance that has not faded with time. The difference between a worn example and a pristine specimen is the difference between curiosity and legend. Identification is where knowledge transforms into power. The date 1984 must be clear, strong, and perfectly struck. The edges should be intact, the surfaces free from scratches, cleaning marks, or corrosion. Weight and diameter must align precisely with official mint specifications. Strike quality is critical, with full detail visible across the entire coin. These elements separate a common dollar from a masterpiece of modern numismatics. Condition defines destiny. Most coins from this era suffered from circulation, improper storage, or careless handling. Only a fraction escaped untouched. Coins that retain original luster, natural toning, and flawless surfaces become extraordinarily desirable. These are the coins that command attention from grading experts and elite collectors worldwide. Auction history has elevated the 1984 $1 coin into a symbol of modern rarity. When high-grade examples appear at major auctions, the atmosphere shifts instantly. Collectors recognize the opportunity and respond with intensity. In one notable auction, a top-tier specimen exceeded expectations as bids surged beyond projections, confirming the coin's growing influence. Another auction revealed a nearly perfect example preserved for decades in a private collection. Once authenticated and graded, it ignited fierce competition. Each bid represented confidence, not speculation. The final result echoed throughout the collecting world, establishing a new benchmark for value. Private sales further strengthened the legend. Behind closed doors, serious collectors negotiate for ownership of the finest examples. These transactions are strategic, driven by long-term vision and deep understanding. The 1984 $1 coin has become more than a collectible. It has become a financial statement. Emotionally, this coin represents awakening. It reminds us that wealth often hides in plain sight. Many once held similar coins without realizing their potential. Only those who preserved them with care now stand at the threshold of extraordinary reward. As time continues, the population of pristine 1984 $1 coins continues to decline. Damage and loss remove examples forever, while global demand continues to rise. This imbalance drives values upward and cements the coin's place among elite modern treasures. This is not spare change. It is a silent monument to patience, knowledge, and foresight. It is proof that history does not always shout, sometimes it waits. And when the finest United States of America 1984 $1 coin reaches the absolute peak of rarity, preservation, and worldwide demand, its value rises into an almost unimaginable realm, $84 million. Before the world learned to store wealth in numbers on screens, value had weight, sound, and presence. In 1885, a silver dollar was struck that carried more than buying power, it carried destiny. The United States of America $1 coin from 1885, known as the Morgan dollar, feels alive with purpose. When it rests in the palm, it tells a story of ambition, expansion, and survival. This is not a coin that waits to be noticed. It commands belief. To the collector who understands its soul, this single dollar holds the astonishing power to transform patience into millions. The 1885 Morgan dollar stands as one of the most captivating creations in American numismatic history. Minted during a time when America was building railroads, industries, and influence, this coin was born into strength. Although large quantities were produced, true rarity was never about numbers alone. Time, circulation, melting, vault storage, and neglect reshaped its population. Only a limited number survived with the qualities that define life-changing value. This Morgan dollar is celebrated for its bold design and commanding artistry. The portrait reflects confidence in balance, while the reverse symbolizes national authority and endurance. In exceptional condition, the coin displays sharp details, radiant original luster, and surfaces that seem untouched by more than a century of history. Every curve and line speaks of craftsmanship that modern collectors admire deeply. This is not decoration, this is power engraved in silver. Identification is where knowledge becomes wealth. The date 1885 must appear strong and perfectly formed. The lettering should be crisp, evenly struck, and free from weakness. The rims must be full and protective, without flattening or damage. The surfaces should show originality, untouched by harsh cleaning or artificial brightness. Weight and diameter must match official mint standards precisely. Even the smallest inconsistency can separate a common piece from a legendary treasure. Condition determines everything. Most 1885 Morgan dollars lived demanding lives, passing through countless hands. Only a rare few escaped untouched. These exceptional survivors retain full detail, vibrant luster, and natural toning that cannot be recreated. Such coins are not merely rare, they are irreplaceable. This is where history transforms into fortune. Auction history has elevated the 1885 Morgan dollar into elite territory. When a high-grade example appears at a major auction, the atmosphere changes instantly. Collectors across the globe recognize the moment. In one extraordinary auction, a pristine specimen stunned observers as bidding surged far beyond expectations, confirming the coin's legendary status. Another auction introduced a Morgan dollar preserved quietly for generations. Once authenticated and graded, it ignited intense competition. Each bid reflected confidence, strategy, and belief in the coin's future. The final result became a benchmark, discussed widely among experts and investors. Private sales add even greater depth to the story. Away from public attention, elite collectors negotiate discreetly for ownership of the finest 1885 Morgan dollars. These transactions are deliberate and powerful, driven by long-term vision rather than impulse. For these buyers, the coin is not just an acquisition, it is a declaration of legacy. Emotionally, this coin represents revelation. It proves that unimaginable wealth can hide in plain sight for more than a century. Many once held similar coins without understanding their importance. Only a few preserved them with care and foresight. Those few now stand at the edge of extraordinary reward, As time continues, the number of pristine 1885 Morgan dollars continues to decline. Damage, loss, and mishandling remove examples forever. At the same time, global demand for iconic American silver dollars continues to rise. This growing imbalance between supply and desire fuels astonishing increases in value and secures the coin's place among the greatest treasures of American history. This is not spare change. It is a monument to ambition, a witness to a rising nation, and a vessel of life-changing opportunity. It proves that true wealth is not always loud, but it is always enduring. And when the finest United States of America 1885 Morgan $1 coin reaches the absolute summit of rarity, preservation, and worldwide demand, its value ascends into a realm beyond imagination, $94 million. In an era when wealth was measured in land, railways, and raw ambition, a single silver dollar quietly took shape and waited for destiny to catch up. The United States of America $1 coin from 1888 was not created to impress the future, yet the future crowned it extraordinary. This coin carries the echo of a nation still rising, still shaping its power. It feels heavy not just because of silver, but because of meaning. What once traveled through dusty streets and guarded safes now holds the rare ability to elevate a collector into unimaginable wealth. This is not history resting in metal. This is opportunity disguised as tradition. The 1888 $1 coin occupies a powerful position in American numismatic history. Struck during a time of industrial expansion and economic uncertainty, these coins were produced under conditions that unknowingly forged rarity. While mintage figures may suggest abundance, survival tells a very different story. Circulation, melting, exports, and time itself eliminated countless examples, leaving only a select few capable of commanding life-changing value today. This coin represents strength, permanence, and American confidence. Its design is commanding, detailed, and unmistakably bold. In exceptional condition, the surfaces radiate with original luster that has survived more than a century. Every contour, every line, speaks of craftsmanship that modern collectors deeply admire. This is the level of artistry that transforms a coin into a statement. Identification is the first step toward recognizing true fortune. The date 1888 must be sharply defined and evenly struck. The rims should be complete and strong, without flattening or damage. The surfaces must show originality, free from aggressive cleaning or artificial brightness. Weight and diameter must match exact mint specifications. Subtle differences in strike strength and surface texture often separate an ordinary coin from one worthy of legendary status. Condition determines destiny. Most 1888 $1 coins lived long, demanding lives in circulation. Only a very small number escaped wear and mishandling. These rare survivors display full details, untouched luster, and natural toning that cannot be recreated. Such coins are not simply scarce, they are irreplaceable. Auction results have played a critical role in defining the stature of this coin. When a high-grade 1888 $1 coin enters a major auction, the reaction is immediate. Collectors and investors recognize the rarity and respond decisively. In one notable auction, an exceptional specimen exceeded expectations as bidding intensified rapidly, confirming the coin's elite status. Another auction featured a pristine example held in a private collection for generations. Once authenticated and graded, it ignited fierce competition. Each bid reflected confidence, patience, and belief in the coin's enduring value. The final hammer price became a reference point, discussed across the numismatic world. Private sales deepened the legend even further. Away from public attention, elite collectors negotiate for ownership of the finest examples. These transactions are deliberate and strategic, driven by long-term vision rather than impulse. For these collectors, the 1888 $1 coin is not just a collectible, it is a legacy asset. Emotionally, this coin represents realization. It proves that extraordinary wealth does not always arrive loudly. Sometimes it waits quietly for more than a century. Many people once held similar coins without understanding their significance. Only a few preserved them, protected them, and believed in their future. As time continues forward, the Population of pristine 1888 $1 coins continues to decline. Damage, loss, and neglect remove examples forever. At the same time, global demand for iconic American silver dollars continues to rise. This imbalance between supply and desire fuels dramatic increases in value and secures the coin's place among legendary treasures. This is not spare change. It is a survivor of ambition, a witness to history, and a vessel of extraordinary possibility. It stands as proof that patience and knowledge can transform the past into unimaginable reward. And when the finest United States of America 1888 $1 coin reaches the highest level of rarity, preservation, and worldwide demand, its value rises to an astonishing height, $57 million.
When the 19th century was nearing its final decade, America struck a silver dollar that would outlive generations and redefine the meaning of hidden wealth. The United States of America $1 coin from 1892, known as the Morgan dollar, was created in an age of confidence, expansion, and industrial power. This coin does not merely exist, it endures. It carries the echo of a nation stepping into global strength. What once represented everyday commerce has evolved into a symbol of extraordinary possibility, capable of turning a passionate collector into a millionaire beyond imagination. This is not a coin you overlook. This is a coin that waits for the right hands. The 1892 Morgan dollar occupies a commanding place in American numismatic history. Minted during a period of economic transformation and technological growth, this coin reflects the maturity of American coinage. Although production occurred across different facilities, true rarity was shaped not by mintages alone but by survival. Time, circulation, melting, and loss dramatically reduced the number of high-quality examples. Only a small group of these coins remain today with the characteristics that define life-changing value. The design of the Morgan dollar is powerful and unmistakable. The portrait radiates confidence and balance, while the reverse stands as a declaration of national pride and authority. In exceptional condition, the coin reveals deep relief, razor-sharp details, and original luster that glows even after more than a century. This level of preservation transforms silver into art and history into wealth. Identification is where knowledge separates curiosity from fortune. The date 1892 must be bold, clear, and evenly struck. The lettering should be sharp and complete, without weakness or distortion. The rims must be strong and unbroken, protecting the design with authority. The surfaces should display originality, free from harsh cleaning, polishing, or artificial shine. Weight and diameter must align exactly with official mint specifications. Every detail matters, because every detail defines value. Condition is the ultimate judge. Most 1892 Morgan dollars lived long, demanding lives in circulation. They were handled, spent, and stored without thought for the future. Only a rare few escaped untouched. These extraordinary survivors retain full luster, natural toning, and crisp details that cannot be recreated. They are not just scarce, they are irreplaceable. This is where a coin crosses the line into legend. Auction history has elevated the 1892 Morgan dollar into the highest tier of collectible coins. When a top-grade example appears at a major auction, anticipation builds instantly. Collectors and investors from around the world recognize the significance. In one historic auction, an exceptional specimen shattered expectations as bidding intensified rapidly, proving the unstoppable demand for this iconic dollar. Another auction presented a coin preserved in silence for generations, its surfaces untouched by time. Once authenticated and graded, it ignited fierce competition. Each bid reflected confidence, experience, and belief in the coin's future. The final result became a reference point, discussed widely across the numismatic world. Private sales add even greater depth to the story. Away from public view, elite collectors negotiate quietly for ownership of the finest 1892 Morgan dollars. These transactions are strategic and deliberate, driven by long-term vision rather than impulse. For these collectors, the coin is not just a purchase, it is a legacy secured in silver. Emotionally, this coin represents realization. It proves that extraordinary wealth can remain hidden for more than a century. Many people once held similar coins without understanding their importance. Only a few preserved them with care, foresight, and respect. Those few now stand at the edge of unimaginable reward. As years pass, the population of pristine 1892 Morgan dollars continues to shrink. Damage, mishandling, and loss remove examples forever. At the same time, global demand for iconic American silver dollars continues to grow. This widening gap between supply and desire fuels dramatic increases in value and cements the coin's legendary status. This is not spare change. It is a survivor of ambition, a witness to history, and a vessel of life-changing opportunity. It stands as proof that the past can still reward the future in astonishing ways. And when the finest United States of America 1892 Morgan $1 coin reaches the absolute peak of rarity, preservation, and worldwide demand, its value rises into an almost unimaginable realm, $95 million.